What's going on, family? Vegan Trainer here once again. And as you know, I like to teach. I like to help a lot of my clients, especially. I like to help them get to the next level. Now for you, I'm offering a free program, which you can find the link below, that'll help you get your stomach right, get the body snatched in for those of you who want to lose some inches around the waist. You can find that link below, totally free. It'll knock a lot of the weight off your midsection. However, some of you want a little more past that week. So I wanted to share a video that I did for a lot of my online clients to teach them how to, manipulate their macros and do certain things on their own. So they don't need me. I want them to be educated. I teach all of my clients how to do their own thing so that when we're done, they'll not only know how to do it on their own, but they'll know most or more than most trainers know. So that's my goal, is to educate all of my clients. So I want to share this macro and calorie counting video with you all. It's a PowerPoint. It is pretty long. It's about 16 to 18 minutes long. So if you cannot sit through it all, just get off this, channel. You don't even need to be on this video. But if you really want to know, you really want to learn, you don't want to spend the money for a coach or a trainer, you got to put in the time. So let's put in the time. Let's learn. Watch this video. I hope you enjoy. It's all the good stuff, all right? Enjoy. I'll talk to you soon. Or, a classroom or something. This is usually what I take them through, okay? So you're getting ready to get the experience they get usually. Basically, today we're talking about veganism, of course, but more especially macros. How to count my macros, how to count calories. Because I want you all to be able to take what I've taught you or what you've went through in this program, and I want you to be able to use it without a trainer, without a person, watching over you. You should be able to do this on your own. Like I always tell you, I want you to be able to leave me and know more than most trainers, all right? I want you all to be that. So that's what this is, veganism, where do I start? Most people have that same question, which is why they're here, or why you all are here. It's totally fine. In this program, I'm going to teach you how to lose fat and gain muscle. Hold on. We got somebody just came in. I got to mute. All right. Zach. We might get there from time to time. Somebody new might come in. Okay. So we're back at it. So let me move this over. So the goal here is not to just lose weight. A lot of you are here to gain some booty, to gain some thighs, gain some arms, chest, things like that. But some of you are actually here to lose fat, lose weight. But I don't want you to just lose. We want to build. So that's what this program is about. Like I said, my goal today is to teach you the strategy and tools to track and count your macros. Because a lot of you do not know really anything about macros. Most of the people I come by, they don't even want to attempt to count macros. All I hear is, I don't have time, that's too much, so many excuses, but it can be done. So I'm going to show you how to do it on a slightly beginner level, okay? So right now, all right, I'm going to be a teacher, so bear with me. I'm going to try to keep it entertaining, but I'm going to be a teacher. I want you to clear all distractions as much as possible. I know some of you are doing, cooking and stuff, but if you're playing on Facebook or you're doing something else, clear those distractions for me, because I promise you this is going to be something that you can take and use for the rest of your life. And you can, build the body you want on your own when you're done with me, okay, or when we're done here. Of course, I'd love to keep you in the program. However, I would also like to, see you self-sufficient and do it on your own. So I heard somebody else just come in, so let me make sure we mute them. Once again, today I'm teaching you all how to count macros. You all can tell me how my PowerPoint looks. If it sucks, that's okay. No, but today we're going to start with tracking and counting macros. Now for a beginner, as you see on this slide here, I only suggest that beginners usually calorie count. That's it, especially on their own. Of course, you got me right now. I'm making your program, so basically you just read it and eat it. But eventually you're going to have to put things together, or if you get tired of some of the foods that I'm giving you, and you want to kind of include some other foods, but still need to count those macros and those calories, this is how you do it. So, of course, starting out, number one, count calories. But the next level, which is where most of you are getting, you want to count calories and protein. And usually if you count calories and protein, you can kind of get away with everything else. Of course, at number 2 for breakfast side, we don't really do breakfast in this program because it's not as efficient to eat breakfast, which I'll show you a slide on that later. The next level, which where I want most of you to be, is the relaxed to the serious level. So you'll see these two where we kind of got like weekdays, daytime. That's where I want most of you. So that means you're counting protein, carbs, fat. I don't really care about fiber because most of us are vegan in here or either transitioning to vegan. So you're getting enough fiber. That's why I say I don't even care about you counting fiber. The fiber part comes in for people who eat a lot of meat. Some people don't like to get, vegetables in, which means that, you're in risk of colon cancer and other things because you're not getting enough fiber and that meat is sitting in your colon or your butt. All right. So that's kind of where we're going with that one. Most people don't need to worry about the pro level unless you're really trying to compete. So for me, I do plan on getting on stage soon. So I have to count everything: fiber, fat, carbs, proteins, supplements, all of that stuff, which is what's going to lead me to my next slide. I did steal some of these slides, so don't judge me. But some of these are really good, and I just kind of wanted to get them out. This is IIFYM. That stands for If It Fits Your Macros.com. They have a really good system. This is mostly for bodybuilders. You see, we got this little piece of meat up there, which I'm not a fan of. But I wanted to show you this kind of layout because this is usually what most people go by. Just real quick, if some of you have your pen and papers out, the first part we start with is determining your body, calories for your body weight. Most of the time, you can multiply your body weight by 10 or 12, depending on activity levels. So 150-pound woman works out, kind of, moderate. We would multiply her weight by 10. That's 1,500 calories. That's usually how we do it. On the If It Fits Your Macros website, of course, they're heavy on the protein. So they put that first. I usually suggest going in for protein first too, if you want to bodybuild or if you're trying to body sculpt. So for my women who want a nice butt, want a flat stomach at the same time, you want to work on your protein first. I know it sucks as a vegan. We usually don't focus on protein. And I usually, quote unquote, teach against the whole protein thing. But when it comes to shaping the body a certain kind of way, you're going to need the protein. That's just what it is. So what we do is you can multiply that by 0.7 to 1 or to 1 by your body weight. So your average bodybuilder, you'll usually hear them say, if you weigh 150 pounds, you need 150 grams of protein. To me, that's not true. So I usually lean to like the 0.7, 0.8. Because we don't want to stress the kidneys, we don't want to stress the liver. So we don't go that high on the protein. But you can survive and do really good with 0.7, 0.8 sometimes. That'll be a good level. I don't really care about the calories right now. I'm just kind of focusing on the macro. So we'll go down to fat. Same thing with the fat. You multiply your body weight by 2.5 to 0.4, depending on what you want to do. Me personally, I usually suggest going higher on the fat. And you don't have to worry about most of this right now because I have your program set kind of like this. But I do want you to take maybe a snapshot if you can, take notes. So 6 months after, we finish the program or whatever, you can come back and you can, reference this and say, okay, this is how he did it and it worked. So let me, just do this again if I want to gain more weight or lose more weight. So carbs, this is going to be the tricky one. For my people who want to lean out, people who are trying to shred, who want abs, you're going to be on the lower level of carbs. And what this means, basically, and they have it here. Basically, you're going to subtract your protein and your fat calories from your actual dieting calories. And what that means is at number 1, you got your calories. So I'm going to make it simple. Let's just say we're using 1,000 calories. Now, nobody will really be this low. Well, I'm going to use it for sake of, using the numbers as an easy reference. So we got 1,000 calories we want to start at. Let's say protein and fat takes up 600 calories. That leaves 400 calories for carbs. That's basically what that means. If you don't understand what I just said, simply, let me see, I got somebody in the chat. I'm not able to hear anything really, like every 10th word. I'm going to hop off and study. Okay. So if you can't hear me, somebody said they couldn't, I was going in and out. So if that's you, or if you're having that problem, let me know. I think he just fixed it, but I want to make sure everybody's good. Okay. So that's just a simple breakdown of that. I don't want you to focus too much on it. We'll come back and talk about that later, once you're almost done with the program or something. But that's just a simple breakdown. So the next slide. This is a very important slide to me, okay? Because this breaks down a lot of the reasoning of why I do what I do. A lot of people don't understand why we drink a shake before we eat. Why I got to drink this shake every day? Golly. Okay, I get that a lot. Now, the reason that is because those first two boxes are really the first three are super important. Now, at the top of this pyramid, now this is not your traditional USDA, eat a bunch of meat type of pyramid. This is a pyramid that focuses on nutrients, supplements, nutrient timing. You see it all here, okay? Now, supplements is at the top because this is, quote unquote, like it says, what can't be obtained through a diet. Now, I told a lot of y'all that right now, it's probably worse, but right now, our food is 85% depleted of its nutrients, which means it takes 5 apples today to equal 1 apple from 50 years ago. I know, sucks. So what that means is you can't eat your way to a full spectrum of nutrients. You can't do it anymore. And even if you ate 5 apples, 5 watermelons, 5 bushels of kale, it's still going to be hard to get everything because it's just so depleted. So what we have to do is be sure to eat clean, but still supplement what's not in the soil or in the food. So that's where the supplements come in. Now, nutrient timing right after supplements is our muscle elixir or our first basically protein shake that you drink during the day. The reason why we do that is because I can get your supplements in and your nutrient timing, which means basically we're burning fat. I can get those in the same smoothie. By us doing that, we can burn body fat, stomach fat, while still maintaining muscle or even growing muscle. So I have some people gaining weight, but losing fat around their abs, which means they're gaining all muscle right now. And the way we do that is through nutrient timing. Same thing. The next one, the yellow one, is micronutrients, which micro means vitamin A, vitamin B, C, D, all of your vitamins and minerals. That's what that is. Once again, inside the muscle elixir or the smoothie that you drink before you eat anything, we got all of our micronutrients there. So usually I say you can eat whatever you want after that because we got the important part in, which means we got all the nutrients, the chlorella, the spirulina, or the chlorophyll in those two, the B vitamins, the C vitamins. We got a lot of that stuff in the smoothie, which means you can kind of eat what you want as long as it fits those calories and macros, okay? So I don't want you to go have pizza after this. The next one, micronutrients. Now, this is where it gets important for those of you who want to change your body composition. Now, I have some more slides after this that'll talk more about it. But when we're talking about body composition, that is totally different from weight loss or weight gain. Totally different. The reason why I say that is because I can change your body composition and make you gain weight, or I cannot change your body composition and you lose weight. Now, some of you are like, what the hell are you talking about? What I'm talking about is basically some people get skinny fat, which means they lose weight, but they stay the same. They still look like this stick with a little pudgy belly. So they stay the same size, which means they don't change body composition, but they lose weight. They lose scale weight. Now, on the other side, I have people who change their body composition, but gain weight, which is what I was telling you about earlier. I have some people who they're shrinking their stomach. So most men, especially, we shrink our stomach, especially some of the people who are trying to compete. We shrink our stomach, but we grow at the top. So I have the shoulders grow out, the chest grow out, the arms get bigger. The body composition changes, but we actually gain weight or either stay the same. You don't lose much. So that's why macros are so important, because total calories just kind of facilitates the weight loss or the weight gain. The macros is what brings the butt, ladies. That's what brings the booty and the thighs. Fellas, that's what brings the arms, the chest, the shoulders. And then for my people who just want to lose weight, the macros pretty much help you to lose the fat. So weight loss and weight gain, I really don't like to focus on that because the scale is a myth, okay? Don't worry about scale. Don't worry about the BMI. Look in the mirror. What do you see in the mirror? If you like what you see in the mirror, who cares what the scale says, right? That's usually that's my take on that. Maybe some of you still care about the scale, but usually if you like what you see in the mirror when you're naked, you don't care about what your scale says. That's usually the case. All right, so going next. Now, I made this one for my people who, I get some people who, they don't want to count calories. They don't want to count macros. They're like, look, I ain't got time for that. Cool. These same people come to me and they say, I'm seeing some of your clients are getting faster results than me. What's going on? This is what's going on, okay? So this scale shows you, at the top you see slower, faster. All right, hold on. We got somebody just came in. I got to mute you. Oh, okay, that's Ashley. What's up, Ashley? All right, so Ashley, we're going back to the PowerPoint presentation. I think you'll like this, so come on in and check it out. Okay, so back to where we were. Now, I made this slide or this presentation basically to show you the differences. So some people don't want to count calories. They don't want to count macros. They're just like, you see at the middle point, the middle bubble, it says intuitive eating. You get a lot of vegans who are like, oh, I don't count what I eat. I just kind of eat. I eat, and basically whenever I get full, I'm done. That's cool and all. However, your results are going to be super slow because you're shooting in the dark. It's just like, what are you doing? You're just kind of taking a wild guess. The better you tune in your macros and your calorie counting, the faster the results come. So I have some people ask, how can such and such change in 12 weeks? And it's taking me, 5-6 months to change my body. I say, well, honestly, you didn't want to count calories. So it does take longer because we're shooting in the dark. The body has to figure out what you're doing. And you'll see it. It says long term, which is usually what, people do once they get to where they want to be. They intuitive eat. But for right now, you just paid to get in the program, which means you need your results to come fast, which means you need to come this way. You need to come over to the right side. It's less sustainable. So yes, we see that. It's less sustainable, which means you should only do it for a small amount of time. 12 weeks to maybe even 6 months is a small amount of time. So you can do that while you're in the program. And then once you get to where you want to be, and as you see at the bottom, it says bodybuilding and fitness competitions. Honestly, this is what we have to do. And I say we because I'm actually getting ready to compete. So we have to do this because it's a sure thing. It's like, I know in 12 weeks, I'm going to look like this because I'm counting everything. Now, when you go to the middle for like physique transformations, you can kind of get the same thing, but it's not as tuned or dialed in. And then when you go to the level 1 or the intuitive eating, you don't know. It's a shot in the dark. You don't know what you're going to look like in 6 months because you're not taking a calculated approach. You're just like, I just eat vegan or I just eat veggies. I eat what my body says I want, and then I work out. That's all good. You're going to be healthy, but we don't know what your body's going to look like. I can't promise you what you're going to look like or how much weight you're going to lose because we don't know what you're eating. But when we break it down and the closer we tune or zone in on calorie counting or macro counting, I can tell you, okay, cool. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. So if you're counting your calories and you say, hey, right now in a week span of time, in 7 days, I am in a 3,500 calorie deficit. I can tell you, you're going to lose 1 pound a week. That's just science. That's how it goes. Now, on the other side, if you're like, I don't know exactly what I ate, so I can't tell you if I'm in a deficit or if I'm in a surplus. Or I can't tell you if you're going to gain weight or lose weight. That's how that works. So for all my people, because I do have some people in the program and that's watching right now that, you know, they kind of lean towards the left side. They're like, oh, I just kind of like to let my body do what it does. Totally fine. But I'm here to throw my hands up and say, I don't know what you're going to look like. I don't know what's going to happen if you follow that. You can work out. You will get stronger. You will, you know, feel healthy. But I don't know what the final result as far as abs and a butt and, you know, thighs. I don't know what it's going to look like because I don't know what you're eating. I don't know what your protein looks like. I don't know what your carbs look like. I can't tell you how you're going to look. If you come to this side where you're level 3 macro calorie counting and you're just doing everything on this right side, I can usually tell you or show you a picture of what you're going to look like because it's just, that's how it works. So I hope that one kind of makes sense. Pretty much. Okay, so that's it. All right, so that is the end of the video. I hope you learned something here. If you skip through, totally fine. If you watch the whole thing, kudos to you. The average person cannot sit that long. So I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, if you liked the video, comment below and let me know because I want to know what I should be posting. I want to know what you all want. You know, give me some feedback so that I know what to put up. Outside of that, if you are not already, go ahead and subscribe, only if you want to be here. If you also like the video, go ahead and hit that like button and hit the notification bell so that you can get more notifications of when I post. So I'll be uploading stuff like this and you'll know. Outside of that, I want you all to know, as always, you too have the right to eat yourself to death or to life. And with that being said, I want to say peace and blessings to the family out there. I'm out.